Oni's going, but today's Bound for Glory. Their stage has been decked out with the little radio budget they took. I'm like, ugh. Again, I don't like to go towards Impact because here's the thing, folks. For so many seasons on RDR, Oni would do nothing about bitch and complain about TNA. We're like, stop watching. No, I must comment on...
I'm sorry. Can I say something right quick?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. Oni, I got love for you, Brett. But everything's right. If you keep talking about TNA, you get more angry. And I know you like that, but... Chill. We all care for you. Ain't that right, people?
Because he got to...
Yes, we love you!
He got to A stage in season 4, and this was one... down episode that we'd ever done. Now, this is on my original channel, which is no longer there. One commenter said, and I quote, "The raging loudmouth makes this unwatchable." And I'm like, oh. And what it is, I forget the whole setup. All I know is that Victoria, who goes by a different name in TNA.
Tara.
Yeah, it was a situation involving her reality TV star boyfriend, and apparently...
Chris Adonis.
Yeah, the setup and the payoff was so bad. Oni was yelling at his loudest, and we're like, dude, calm down. And he says, this is the last time I'm going to be doing TNA. And we're like, oh, thank fuck.
And you believed him?
Oh. This was Oni finding his inner Hulk. And by the Hulk, I mean the good one, not the fake one that likes to go in and out of WWE anytime he pleases.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Sorry, I had to do the voice.
Yeah.
He gets it.
He hasn't been back to TNA since, and we're all thinking, thank the collective good for that, because because the way I wanted to do the show when it first started, I just wanted to do Raw, SmackDown, because that's where the whole name originated from for RDR, Raw Down. And it's funny, Ivory actually said this years ago on WWE Experience, an interpromotional matchup, because that was when the brand split was still in effect at the time. A match between a Raw superstar and a SmackDown superstar would be a Raw Down match. And I remember that sticking in my head for a few years. I thought, there's something to that. So, again, I just wanted to keep it for Raw versus SmackDown. He's like, no, we got to bring TNA into this. I'm like, all right, we'll do it for a while. After like 10 matches, like, please make it stop. Please make it stop. Please make it stop. Because I had never even watched a full episode of TNA, and even like, dude, this is stupid. I would rather watch Superman 4 than be put through this again.
I just realized you did the perfect Slayer's Book of Spells reference when everyone was hearing Nagha laughing.
Please make it stop. Please make it stop. Please make it stop.
Praying to a shrine.
Although, here's the thing. Just to highlight Slayers a minute. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Do you ever find it ironic in the hot spring scene, Naga's actually wearing a lot more in her bathing suit than she would do normally with her evil sorceress outfit.
Yep.
I looked at thought, girl, you're actually wearing more as opposed to the evil sorceress look, which according to Lena in Slayer's Excellent had been outdated by 300 years by that point. And she was stupid enough to have shoulder spikes on when she was going to cast one spell. The spikes end up piercing her cheeks, and it's like, Nagha.
And hindering her from drawing her sword.
Yeah.
I guess that's fashion over function, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Please, everyone knows a good sorceress prioritizes aesthetics.
It's disturbing how well you do that voice. I don't know.
But yeah, it also kind of reminds me of this old JPEG that I come across every now and then still of Nagha wearing Lena's outfit and her pants look like capri pants, and Lena's wearing Naga's outfit and just trying to cover herself with the cape.
Yeah, that was weird. Oni, I will let you in the chat, but there is one condition. No talking of TNA. We are trying to help you.
Never.
TNA is not your friend.
This is an intervention, Oni.
If I had a webcam, I'd don a mask and let you look at my new kitten, because kittens are calming. Kittens are therapeutic. And very opinionated.
She's all like, damn straight we are.
Hey, I warned you. She's as opinionated as me.
Speaking of opinionated, Oni's joined us.
I wonder if any of you read the chat. I said, I'm not mad for once. I'm actually laughing.
Oh, really? This ought to be good.
I saw it. It's just I was preoccupied with a shorter kitten.
I barely, if I talk about TNA, I barely do nowadays, unless it's like Slammiversary, Bound for Galore, Bound for, what do we even call that anymore? Anyway, I know, no talking about TNA, but it's just, it's one little one-off because it's just so funny now. Years ago, you're right, I did rage about it to a point where I said, you know what, I'm done. And I couldn't stand with the raging asshole screaming off the top of his lungs. That means I could yell for help 50 blocks away. But legit, I did take his criticism and I did try to lower my voice down. MJ can be the witness to that.
I've been on the a few ends. I mean, particularly when you originally started doing the Skype panels for main event night back in the day. I occasionally go back to listen to those recordings. I'm like, good Lord, you were loud, man.
I've been trying my best to keep myself lowered as much as I can.